Guys, so if you're in this video, I want to talk about digestion, alright? Digestion and bodybuilding, they go together, and it's not something that people talk about usually, but it's crucial. If you're bloated, you're frequently gassy, bloated, digestive issues, cramps, well, chances are you're not absorbing all the food that you're consuming. And you can be eating the best food in the world, but if your body, your muscles don't absorb it, well, it doesn't matter because it's not gonna reach the desired outcome. All right, so it's not what you eat, you're not what you eat, you're what you digest and absorb. Super important to know that. I made many videos on it, you can check them out after, but in this video I want to give you guys some tips and things that you should be adjusting, looking into. If you're a bodybuilder, you're someone that's trying to build your body, you're eating healthy food, all right, the usual broccoli, chicken, oatmeal, eggs, protein powder, well, a lot of those foods can be triggering, and maybe just removing them will make a huge difference. I've had digestive issues for over 2 years. Nothing helped me. Doctors, chiros, private clinics, nutritionists, nothing helped up until I took matter in my own hand, did my own research, and removed a lot of triggers. So let's start by that. Number one, there's a lot of triggers that are healthy in the bodybuilding diet, all right, such as broccoli, cauliflower, well, the cruciferous vegetables, all right. You got oatmeal. Oatmeal is something that cause a lot of bloating in certain people, myself as well. All right, I really have to cook my oatmeal super well to digest it well. Egg whites, when you're separating the egg white from the egg yolk, well, you're removing that aspect that help you digest it, and a lot of people don't absorb and digest well the egg whites. If I eat just egg whites, I'll get cramps like crazy 30 minutes after. All right, protein powder is another one. Make sure that your protein powder is not a protein powder made from concentrates. Ideally, go for an isolate protein or a hydrolyzed protein, because otherwise it will be likely to cause gas, bloating, all right, as other dairy, non-fermented dairy products. So Greek yogurt, usually people do well with it, but if you're drinking milk or protein powder that is not made from isolate, you might get gassy, bloated. Beans, lentils, just naming a few, all right. You can go on low FODMAP chart, all right. FODMAP is basically an acronym for a lot of sugars that are likely to cause gas and bloating, all right. High FODMAP foods can be beans, lentil, onions, all right. What else? Garlic, apples. So go Google FODMAP food and try to stay away from high FODMAP food just for now, just up until you kind of turn off that fire, all right. You don't want to add more triggers, because then you'll be just putting oil on the fire. You want to calm it down, all right. Number two, your pre-workouts meal. A lot of people are super bloated when they're training, which is not ideal. You don't want to be training at the gym lifting weight, but all your blood is in your digestive area, all right. You don't want to be in your digestive system. You don't want to be bloated and digesting and burping as you're about to do your set of squat. Not ideal. So make sure that your pre-workout meal has low fat and also has sources of carbs that are easy to digest. So in that case, you don't want to be going with quinoa or oatmeal or brown rice, all right, because it's gonna take time to digest, gonna take time to absorb. You eat your oatmeal, you'll be bloated, it takes time to break down all the fibers in there. You want something that will give you those carbs and that protein right away. That's why me personally, I go for white sourdough bread, all right, no, low fiber, digest super fast, and a shake of hydrolyzed whey protein, which my body will absorb fast. There's no digestion that's being made 30-40 minutes after I'm at the gym, as opposed to having, let's say, eggs with oatmeal, with sausages, with bacon, high fat, high fiber, a lot of a lot of different things. Well, I'll be super bloated in my workout. So make sure your pre-workout meal is optimized, and take another look at it and make sure that it's not too high in fat, and it's a fast source of carbs, fast digesting source of carbs. Super important. Number three, salads. A lot of people, when they're trying to eat well, we start eating a lot of salads, all right, which is not a bad thing. But if you're someone that is having digestive issues already, adding more fiber, because fiber doesn't get digested by our body, it stays in our colon, and then bacteria is fermented, they consume it, and then they release gas. So basically eating more fiber will just bloat you even more and more. That's why after a big bowl of salad, vegetables, onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, you always will feel a bit bloated, all right, because of all those fibers. So you don't want to be overdoing the salads. If you're someone that is dealing with a lot of bloating right now, you want to calm it down. Don't overdo the salads. Veggies are fine, but maybe go for cooked veggies for the time being. All right, don't overdo those big, huge salads every single meal. the leafy greens, the raw onions, and so on and so forth, because they will cause a lot of bloating. So maybe keep the salad and the veggies as a side and focus on the main dish being a good lean source of protein and a good source of carbs that you digest well. All right, moving on, grains. I want to talk about this super important point, the grains. So we're talking about rice, we're talking about basically, instead of going for a brown rice, go for a white rice. All right, now you'll say, well, white rice, this, that. Guys, it's not that much of a difference, all right, in terms of carbs. The white rice doesn't have all the fibers and some nutrients, but we're not consuming rice for nutrients, we're consuming rice for carbs, all right? So brown rice will, yes, have a bit more nutrients, but it also has more fibers and some anti-nutrients that will leave you very bloated, very gassy. Quinoa, oatmeal, all right, barley, those sources of carbs are very hard to digest, and I try to avoid them. I try to just do white rice and white potato. If I'm eating oatmeal, I would cook it really well, but I really focus on choosing the source of grains, the source of starch that my body digests well. All right, yes, we want to say that, well, brown rice is healthier, it's better for you if you want to lose weight and this and that, but it leaves you bloated for hours. So it's not really ideal, because now you're having digestive issues and your body's not absorbing the food correctly. All right, so stay away from everything that is the whole grains. I know it sounds crazy, right? The bread that has whole grains, that has 12 different grains and 12 different grams of fiber inside. Well, you know what? It will leave you super bloated. Go for something that is a little bit more processed. Yes, it will be a lot easier to digest just for the time being. Then you can reintroduce all the brown rice and the whole grains. But trust me, do the test yourself. The other day I had 1/2 cup of brown rice and I was bloated the whole day. All right. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. A lot of people sometimes just checking your source of protein. Make sure that your protein powder is clean. Make sure that you're not overdoing the raw vegetables, the broccoli, the asparagus, the cauliflower. Those ones, they can cause a lot of gas and bloating. So you want to kind of limit them and get yourself a little diary where you're writing down all the foods that are triggering you. All right, let's say you just had a meal with rice, chicken, and broccoli. 30 minutes later, write down, how do you feel? All right, I feel like I was bloated, or I feel good, and then go from there. All right, now you can eliminate every single food that don't agree with you and have yourself a nice kind of list of the foods that you can consume, no problem. So that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. All right, sorry if I was a bit tired. It's the evening, but I had to make that video. Please leave a like, leave a comment, go watch my other videos about digestion, and I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.